They wanted me to stop the heart of an idiot. I was just going to pretend to try so that they could see it wouldn't work. Then, as I sat there, I couldn't stop it. Some dark part of me wanted to see if I could do it.
Holy sh**.
I quit. I walked out. Never went back.
What's up, guys? Your boy Benny. The way it normally works is if you are powerful and you have millions and millions of dollars in the bank and you live in mansions, maybe many mansions across the country, you have a private jet, nobody tells you what to do. You don't openly and wantonly debase or humiliate yourself on camera. You make other people do humiliating things for you. You aren't going to be pushed around. You're a powerful person, right? So why does this video exist? Right?
Hi, you guys. Hi, Avengers.
Hi.
Thanks
Hey,
for
Scarlett.
jumping on the call.
Whoa. I think you mean assembling. I said assembling. Don, that's pretty good. No.
So this is a bunch of multi-millionaires in their mansions, in their palatial mansions in the mountains, all joining together on what can best be described as like a to catch a predator Zoom call, all talking about how much they love Kamala Harris. Now, I don't know why they would do this. There's nothing other than the Diddy tapes or the release of the Epstein documents that would force these actors. I don't know if these actors and actresses are in the Diddy tapes or on Epstein's island. They probably are. But maybe their industry, the people who are into their industry, that definitely ran those operations. Maybe that's why.
Oh, yeah. I'm Kamala Harris, and I say down with democracy.
I don't know if that sounds the way we want it to sound, though.
I think we just need, can we get some production, though?
Jarvis?
Okay. So it's really, really hard to watch. But they're debasing themselves on camera. It can't just be for the vibes. There has to be some type of leverage or manipulation behind the scenes. Maybe it's future jobs. Maybe it's the fact that they really do have some type of leverage over them, making them do this. Something bad in their past that they were forced to do on camera, and now they have to do things like that on camera. I'm not exactly sure. I'm just saying it doesn't make sense without the blackmail. Without the blackmail, you're just like a really rich multimillionaire in a mansion, and why not just stay there? Why not debase or humiliate yourself? But actors and actresses came out of the woodwork, most of them we'd never heard of, to come out and endorse Kamala Harris. Now, some of those who did have some pretty obvious skeletons in their closet, like Ellen DeGeneres, somebody who called P. Diddy Cuddle McSnugglestuff. A reminder that she actually did do that. She fled the country and then immediately got herself flooded with flood waters in the UK. So sucks to be Ellen, ladies and gentlemen. Sucks to be all of these celebrities. The poll proves wide majority of Americans reject celebrity endorsements. New polls show that the vast majority of Americans are rejecting celebrity endorsements, political candidates, a blow to Democrats who have come to increasingly rely on Hollywood influencers to sway young voters to amplify left-wing talking points. But these people don't show up to a movie set without getting paid $50 million. So why are they showing up for Kamala Harris, somebody they don't even like? Somebody who's obviously a lost cause from the get. It really does beg the question, especially right here. There's nobody who lost worse, not even Ellen lost worse than George Clooney this election cycle. George Clooney was the bag man and the scapegoat for Kamala Harris's loss. George Clooney was the man who wrote a sniveling, directed by his bestie and butt buddy Barack Obama, to write, clearly, New York Times op-ed about how destructive Joe Biden has become and how deteriorated Joe Biden has become. George Clooney wrote this article at the direction, of course, of Barack Obama, the man who was truly pulling the strings. And it was probably the main cause of getting Joe Biden to drop out. Therefore, when Kamala Harris runs and loses in a landslide, George Clooney is one of those names that percolates to the top as the reason why we got here. George Clooney taking a step back from politics after being made a scapegoat for Kamala Harris's loss. Yes, I mean, maybe George Clooney should consider not shoving his nose into the political space where it doesn't belong and just sticking to his fledgling, disastrous acting career. You know, he's pushing 70 now, so you'd assume that you'd want to just take advantage of whatever roles you can get instead of drawing the ire of Donald Trump. Fake news actor George Clooney, who never came close to making a great movie, is getting into the act. He's turned on crooked Joe Biden like the rats they both are. Clooney was never really good at politics, and he should go back to television. Movies never really worked out for him, says Donald Trump. And then Donald Trump trolled George Clooney by posting this.
So although I wish I were here with better news, the fact is that you and I are sitting here today because this will be your last week of employment. This is not an assessment of your productivity. You gotta try not to take this personally.
Well, I just had a bad
Just had a bad night. And we reported before that Clooney has had left politics. Now the actor is disheartened by the criticism. Clooney learned in politics there's no award for Best Supporting Actor. But now George Clooney is apparently turning his fire and ire on the man who got him into this mess in the first place, Barack Obama. George Clooney furious at Obama for using him as a patsy for Kamala's defeat. Again, Barack Obama didn't come out and say it himself. Barack Obama used George Clooney in order to get Joe Biden out of the chair. The bromance between George Clooney and Barack Obama is reportedly on the rocks, as Hollywood stars said to be furious with Obama for setting him up as a patsy to end Joe Biden's career and then absorb the blowback following Kamala's election defeat. Quite a patsy. George is furious with Obama for disappearing after the election disaster and leaving him holding the bag for pushing the plan with his Hollywood pals, an unnamed entertainment source told Radar Online. Another unknown source says George feels duped and vows he's never going to be anybody's water boy ever again. George Clooney emerged as a major player in the 2024 presidential cycle when he wrote a New York Times op-ed that led to Joe Biden resigning. Then he cut humiliating ads like this. I mean, you'll never be able to get this back. He narrated ads like this that are even worse than the Avengers ad.
Come on, boys. Let's make America great again. It's your turn, buddy.
Before you cast your vote in this election, think about how it'll impact the people you care about the most.
Daddy!
Remember, you can vote any way you want, and no one will ever know.
Do your patriotic duty.
You bet I did, brother.
What happens in the booth stays in the booth. Vote Harris Walls.
Paid for by Vote Common Good.
So, George Clooney's message to America was, you should sneak into the voting booth as a man and vote for Kamala Harris because you have a little girl and you want to make sure that men can use her bathroom or play sports against her. Is it that's your argument? That's your major argument? That's what you can sneak a vote in against your bros for Kamala? Yeah, how'd that work out for you exactly? Yeah, I will show you how it worked out for you right here. There you go. That's how it worked out for you. So George Clooney is, done with politics. I think that's a good thing. George Clooney outraged because Obama left him hanging. George Clooney betrayed by his friend and party at the promise of an ambassadorship, backing the installation of Kamala Harris in exchange for being appointed ambassador to Italy. He lost both his integrity and the appointment. This election cycle showed us how useless Hollywood celebrities are now. It cost many of them their reputations. Stay mad, George Clooney. George Clooney blaming Obama. And Hollywood is blaming George Clooney. Keep it going. That's right. Maybe George Clooney's, one of his mansions can flood next. Here's the actual flood for these guys. The real flood is the flood of bad reviews for their absolute garbage movies. George Clooney hasn't had a rated positive movie in a hot minute. look at all these Rotten Tomatoes. On Rotten Tomatoes here. George Clooney, like, last successful tomato meter score. That was in like the 80s. It was here in 2016. Wow. Oh, the year Trump got elected. Boy, maybe you should go back to the Trump years, George. They were good for all of us. George and Brad Pitt's new movie, $200 million movie, flops. Messy and half-baked. Dreadful, laugh-free slog, test limit of what Pitt and Clooney star power can salvage. Wolf's review. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen. This is the limit of what star power can salvage. Nothing. Because nobody cares anymore. Because the movie star destroyed themselves by using their platforms to lecture the rest of us about their high-minded morals when we know they have none. And they are some of the worst people on the planet. And they're backing some of the worst people on the planet. Joe Biden, as proven by Joe Biden's actions upon leaving office. Yes. It's nice to have the Biden crime family 100% confirmed forever. Yeah. So, good. Nature is healing. Get actors, actresses, sports stars, rappers, get them out of politics. And I think we're going to have a better country. Their endorsements don't even matter anyway. How'd that Taylor Swift endorsement help Kamala? How'd that work out for you? Turns out women don't actually want to be Taylor Swift, right? Don't think too hard about it. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.